Good afternoon, sir. We are live on Facebook now, and
Good
we'll
afternoon,
be
Ji.
starting our event. First
Okay.
of all, I would like to welcome sir uh, to this particular event, which is being organized by Sunshine Fortunes Education in collaboration with Bsbi Germany. So, first of all, I would also like to thank our viewers who are here and who are watching us and listening to us. And I would like to introduce the gentleman who is sitting in front of me right now, although virtually, but then situation is like that, so we have to do it virtually. So today we have with us Mr. Jitendra Gusani, and he is from Berlin School of Business and Innovation, which is an institution located out of Berlin in Germany. So PSBI basically is one of the best upcoming institutions in Germany. It's a private institution which focuses mainly on business-related education. It belongs to GUS group of institutions, and the person who we are having today with us, Mr. Jitendra, is an expert in hospitality as well as education sector. He himself was educated in Singapore, and after that he has worked globally in different countries, and now he is working with us in India. And he is responsible for recruitment of students in India for Berlin School of Business and Innovation. So main motto of our today's event is to have a good discussion with Mr. Jiten, to know about his institution, BSBI, and to know what measures are being taken by BSBI to eliminate the problem of COVID-19 in campus of BSBI. So, sir, first I would like to request you to introduce yourself.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Gunjan ji, to give such a beautiful introduction of mine. So thank you so much, and welcome to all our viewers, whoever is watching us on this Facebook Live session. So before I kind of move ahead and talk about myself and the college, I would like to kind of inform all my viewers on the Facebook and obviously all our clients, whoever is watching, that Sunshine Fortune Education is one of the most trusted partners in India for BSB and many other universities. Mr. Gunjan Malhotra, he has been very kind and very supportive and very humble guy and very professional. He himself has been working in this industry. He has been helping and placing several students all across the world. So thank you so much, Gunjanji, once again. About myself, as you have already given quite good information about myself, so I would say I'm a business developer, business development manager for BSBI, which is Berlin School of Business Innovation, based in Berlin. And as you have correctly said that we are a private B school, I agree with you that we have business programs, but at the same time, we have introduced lots of other programs in health management, in maritime and shipping management, and few other new courses. Right now, we have students from several countries, more than 20 plus countries, and there are so many things which we will be discussing today. So I think for now about myself, it's good enough to understand about my background, which I've already told you, I think. So Gunjanji, over to you.
Thank you, sir. So, as we already discussed, we will be discussing about some particular questions which
Okay.
are most frequently asked by students all over the world. First of all, sir, I would ask you to let me know about the different programs which are being offered in your institution. Whether they are offered only at bachelor's level or they are being offered at master's level as well, whether you have doctorate, postdoctorate programs as well or not. And if you can just also give us some budget and some information linked to the fee structure as well, that will be very helpful for us and for our students as well.
Okay. Sure. Thank you so much for that question. And okay, in order to answer that question, as I think we have already highlighted that the business programs. So most of the courses are related to business. For example, global MBA, MA in marketing, MA in finance. Then we have a course in health management. And obviously in undergraduation, we have two programs, which is BA in economics and business administration and BA with foundation, or BA in economics and business administration with foundation, basically. So these are the programs. Let me update some of our viewers and plus you also that recently we have incorporated or tie up with Concordia University Chicago, which is one of the very reputed university in US. So basically, we have two academic partners who will be awarding all these degrees, including all the business degrees and the two programs which are offered by CUC or Concordia University, Chicago. The programs are MA in Innovation and Entrepreneurship and MBA. So basically, the duration of these two programs will be 2 years. And obviously, then we will also be discussing about the fee structure. So fees are also quite affordable. And at the same time, the other academic partner is basically one of the very reputed university in Rome, which is again the Italian university. And we call it UNINETUNO, International Telematic University, based in Rome. And most of the programs and most of the degrees are awarded by this particular university. Best thing about these two partners are, although as I've said that US degree, so whenever somebody plans to go US, so you understand and you know better than anybody else that how expensive are the degrees, or basically that whether it is a PG programs or master degrees going to US. But at the same time, obtaining or basically getting a degree, US degree, studying in Berlin, which is one of the world-class city, I don't think you can find better deal than this. So these are the basically programs that we are offering right now.
And sir, generally there are different types of institutions in Germany, and the duration which they have is also a bit different. For example, if we talk about the public universities, duration of the programs are a bit different. If you can also give us some insight on the duration of bachelor's as well as master's level programs at BSBI, that will be very helpful for us.
Okay. As far as duration is concerned, basically, as I've said, we have basically, there will be 3 duration. For example, bachelor's. We have 2 kinds of bachelor, which I have already highlighted, like BA and BA with foundation. So BA is basically a program of 3 years, and then BA with foundation is basically 4 years. Like first year will be foundation, and 3 year will be the BA program. At this, moving forward to the master's courses or PG programs. PG program, we have 2 duration. Obviously, the US degree will have 2 years, which I have already kind of highlighted. The US degree, which are MBA and MA in Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So degrees are of 2 years duration. And all other degrees, like which are offered by UNINETUNO or International Telematic University, Italian one. So duration of all the PG programs will be 18 months. So yes.
And if we talk about the entry requirements of bachelor's as well as master's program, what exactly are the entry requirements for these particular programs?
Gunjanji, very good question. Thank you so much for asking this. Before coming on the specifics, like what are the entry requirements of BSBI, I would love to share some of my experience and thoughts with our viewers. That whenever most of us plan, and most of the student plans to go overseas, so they think, or they basically, there is a question in mind that the requirement will be very high, and obviously the fee structure will be very high, and probably, I'm not in that category or in that situation of, in terms of financials, that I can afford going Germany or join BSBI. So for all those people who are worried, who are thinking that it's very expensive or the requirements are very high or probably they cannot fulfill, let me give this good news. That BSBI is very flexible. The requirement is very easily, I don't think anybody cannot fulfill, because as far as undergraduation is concerned, academic requirement as such, basically it's not a very difficult one. For example, if you have 55% or above, let's say 60%, on an average, 60%. And if in fact, if you have 1 or 2% up and let's say little more or less, we can still negotiate and we can still discuss on that part. So technically 60% is a good percentage. For, let's say, all the programs, whether it's a bachelor's or master's. Now, coming on the this requirement of a bachelor's first. So, currently for June intake, basically, we are accepting students with, we have basically our in-house test, which we call English password test. So, if somebody can probably, get this test done and they can score sufficient score, which is equal to, let's say, 5 band also for as per the, if you compare with the IELTS. So if somebody can achieve 5 band, I think they are good to come to BSBI. More than, we'll be more than happy to welcome them. So this was a requirement for undergraduation. Moving forward to the basically master's or PG programs, academic requirement is the same, which is 60%. And then English requirement is basically 6 overall. not less than 5. Okay, not less than 5 in IELTS. Okay, PT test is also accepted. PT will be required 50 and 50 overall and not less than 45. So this is basically the basic requirement of Bsbi, all the programs that we have, whether it is a US degree or whether it is the United degree. So hopefully, I think most of our viewers can fulfill these. And if anybody has kind of doubts, so I hope this doubt is clear now.
Okay, we'll come to that. And let's say if we have some students, for example, who have educational gaps. Let's say they're done with their education and then they work for some particular organization for around 10 to 15 years, and after that, if they want to resume their education. So in that case, how many years are being accepted as gap? So what's your idea about that?
Okay, see, Mr. Gunjan, I think there are lots of people who has, again, this doubt or this question in their mind that after doing their graduation, they have been working for 10, 15 years, as you have correctly said. And I know you have sent some of the students who were in that category, like I think there was one of the students, Vipin or something, who was a professional, basically working professional. And obviously by the help of probably the Sunshine Fortune, and you have helped him. I know how much work you have done. So what I'm trying to say is basically gap is not a problem. Gap will never be a problem. As far as obviously gap means, it cannot be like I was not doing anything for the past 10, 15 years. But if anybody has experience, we don't have any problem. Let me share a very historical example. Okay, historical example of BSBI. Recently, in basically the last intake, which was February 2020 intake, you will not believe there was a student of a full-fledged qualified doctor at the age of 54. Okay, remember, 54 years old, he joined us for global MBA. Yes, and he applied. He was assisted by one of our another associate business partner, and he successfully got the visa, and he was happiest man on the planet basically. Why? Because he was kind of roaming around different offices. He was visiting lots of other consultancies, and he was not getting basically the proper guidance. So it's sometime this information is for basically for our viewers, that unless you do not go to a right place, unless you do not approach a right consultant or right basically a career coach or career counselor like Mr. Gunjan himself, I know you will have, I know you will have lots of doubts, and you will be confused, because there are lots of people in the market who are just basically, yes, this is kind of this business, opening this business is very easy, but then driving this and getting a proper information, getting the visa guide information on the visa guideline and the application process of a certain university, because every university has a different different requirement of the documents, SOP format, and the LOR and the CVs. So you cannot send the same application to, let's say, whether it is a BSB or any other college. So BSB has a different structure, which Mr. Gunjan himself is the mastery, is an expert of the European education. So this is what I was saying is basically gap-wise will not be a problem. Yes, going a right place, meeting a right consultant, taking a proper guidelines is very important.
And sir, currently, the whole world is facing this problem of coronavirus, COVID-19. And generally, we are aware that the SBI is offering some scholarships to students. Are there any particular new scholarships which are being offered to students in the wake of coronavirus, which will be helpful for them, or something of that sort?
Okay. I think it's again a very, very important question to answer. First of all, I think I hope all of our viewers, and including you, is safe and sound and taking proper care of you and your family. It's very important probably to maintain the hygiene and to maintain the social distance. I know lots of people are kind of getting frustrated at their homes, but it's a matter of probably, I don't think it should extend more than a month or probably a 2. Okay. Now, going back to basically the COVID-19 situation in Germany, as you have correctly said, the whole world is struggling. Most of the world, most of the countries in the world is failing drastically, failing probably because of the population, because of basic lack of medical facilities and because of lack of, let's say, the healthcare workers. And sometimes, obviously, the society is also not very cooperative for government. As far as Germany is concerned, I'm very happy and in a way that proud to say that if you look at the overall basically effect of this COVID-19 in Germany as a country, I know Germany has affected a lot. Okay, there are total 1,67,000 affected cases. Let me repeat, 1,67,000 cases in total affected. But you will be very thrilled and surprised to know that 1,30,000 people has successfully, happily recovered, which means
Very
they
big number.
have, I think, more than 65 to 70% success ratio, highest probably in the world, if I'm not wrong. In India, although India is also handling very carefully and successfully, but unfortunately, we have only 29% success rate as of now. Okay, Germany has more than 60%, which is, I would say, it's a great thing to do. Yes, they have the fatalities. They also, there were around 6,000 people who lost their life. But at the same time, we need to understand that 1,67,000 people affected, 1,30,000 people recovered, and such a, I think, small percentage of people who lost their life. So obviously, they are also affected, but they have been very successful in handling this situation. So why I'm probably pushing or probably pressurizing on this particular point is there are people, there are students who were kind of in a dilemma that, okay, let us drop our probably program of going Germany for studies because of the corona and all these things. There's no better place than Germany. Basically Germany is one of the safest country in today's scenario. That's number one. Number two, again, as I've said, Germany has been so careful in handling this situation. Basically, whatever information I'm giving, I'm telling you on record, and these are basically the facts which I'm telling. It's not just a general information which probably came in my mind, and I'm telling you. Germany has already started reopening their businesses. The salons has already been started. The primary schools is already in function. And if there's a showroom of, let's say, there's a business of 800 square meter, which is 8,600 square feet, you are, happy to basically, open your businesses. Yes, obviously you have to make sure that you are maintaining your distance, social distance. You're taking proper care of you and your staff or your employee in terms of hygienic condition. You cannot gather, basically, you cannot allow people gathering in your shop or in your business or whether it's schools or your park. All of these, areas has already been opening. So which means they are very hopeful. And obviously, I'm also very optimistic that soon, in a month of, let's say, June, by June mid or June end, they should start opening their borders as well. So this is basically, I don't think there's any kind of thing which anybody should worry about when it comes to Germany. Coming to BSBI, like what BSBI is doing, obviously BSBI has been doing lots of things in terms of helping our students with this COVID-19 situation. So how we are helping? Number one, we have obviously, as per the guideline of German Senate, the college were already closed the day that the government announced that no college or university should probably ask or call their student to visit the campus for lectures. So what we did is proactively, all our classes has already been started, online classes. We have already started doing that, okay, through Zoom and through various other platforms. So all our students are basically happily studying their lectures, their courses. So no student is probably suffering or probably missing their classes. So the academic wise, everything is basically under control. Everything is going smoothly, not a problem. Secondly, as you have said that what is there any additional scholarship because of this thing, because of this COVID-19 situation? Again, Bsbi, I understand that most of our students, basically, see, before I come on this one, let me give you a little idea that Bsbi is basically a college which is operated by professionals. Who all are those professionals? Means obviously, apart from the academic side, like the professors and the lecturers, the CEOs, including myself, I have been overseas student. Okay, and I think most of the staff, most of the BDs and BDMs, and all the people from the admissions and different marketing areas, all of us has somewhere experienced the kind of this situation. For example, when as a student, as an international student, what are your expectations from a college, especially in this kind of situation? So we know that when somebody from a country like India, or let's say different countries, comes to Germany, so they apart from studying in the college, the another point to come is basically to earn something, to earn basically some money, like a part-time through your part-time job, or let's say if you have any kind of job. So right now, we know that most of these students are not working. They don't have any jobs because markets, as I've said, recently after 4th of May, the market has started opening. So I know in the days to come, student will be, doing the same job which they used to do before. But understanding the condition or situation of the student, we have gone, we have not thought of our loss as a kind of, financial loss. But BSB has started offering additional discount or scholarship from it. It starts from 500 euros and it goes up to 1300 euros. 500 means like apart from the 1500, the regular scholarship which we already giving. So 1500 means like from 2000 euros till 2800 euros, which is around I think 2 lakh rupees. So this is what BSBI is doing. And apart from this, if all the students, if they need any kind of assistance, we have 24-hour helpline. If anybody is having any kind of issues, health issues, academic kind of, any queries they have regarding their studies, we have 24 hours helpline. And we have also created a page on our website. If anybody wants to, know about the COVID-19 situation, they can also visit our BSBA website. And obviously, I'm also there. So basically, BSBA is doing whatever possible,
Thanks for that. I would like to interrupt you here because we have a couple of questions from some of our students online.
Okay.
There is one question by Ms. Ashima. So what she's asking is there any career placement opportunity available in BSBI? For example, does BSBI have a tie-up with any particular company or group of companies for getting their students placed in there?
Okay, Gujanji, I think very good question, and I'm happy to answer this. Let me say that BSBI, as a college, basically we have a particular department dedicated to all these services, like career-related services. So we call it Student Career Service Center. So this center is basically a team of professionals who work with the different organizations, who keep on kind of looking at the different websites, different organizations, companies, institutions for any kind of openings. I'm very happy and again proud to say that BSBI is recently there are lots of students who are placed in BSBI. We ourselves has recruited all those students. Some of even if you look at this girl, can you see this, Ankita? Gunjanji, look at this picture. This girl, she's placed in the BSBI. She's working with the BSBI as a student careers, counselor. So she's one of them, and basically there are many others. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is BSBI is definitely helping all our students in terms of placement. Also, I don't say that we have a kind of a guaranteed kind of thing. We don't do that. Okay. But yes, we have a people who can support you, who can help you in terms of arranging interviews also. And the best thing as a college, what we do is we have lots of presentations keep on going. What we do is we invite lots of people, lots of experts from the industries, like a director of a company or HR manager or HR director of any organizations. So they visit the BSBI and we give all our students opportunity to interact with them, to ask any kind of question they have. And if it has happened, okay, the information which I'm giving, it has happened. The director who was representing his or her basically company in BSBI, he liked somebody, okay, and he immediately gave him an offer and basically, okay, once you complete your education, you can come to you can join our company. So this is how. So this is what we can do, what we are doing, and we have been very successfully doing this.
We have a linked question here, sir, in continuation to the previous question by the same student. Our student is asking, do the students of BSBI get the opportunity to visit companies in and around Berlin region for some kind of training or
thank you so
seminars?
much. Yes. Very, very. I'm sure this guy has done really good research on BSBI. Yes, definitely, we do this. And in fact, just a few days back, we had basically a webinar kind of thing a group meeting of all the BSBI staffs, including the CEO of the college. So I myself asked this question that do we do this? Because I was not very much aware of this. We have started doing this from the past 1 year. There are lots of companies like the Rocher Ferrero. And if you go on the website, I'm not basically recalling all the names, but more than 10 companies we have already visited in the last 6-7 months. So in every alternate month, we keep on visiting different companies. And if there's any student who is studying who is studying the hospitality course, which is MA International Tourism Hospitality Event course. So we take them to our different hotels, different 5-star hotels. As you know, Berlin is known for the hospitality, or the whole Europe, in fact. So we keep on taking our student around the Bsbi, Berlin city. One more thing, in the last semester, I think somewhere in the January, we took our student London trip also, to our London trip. So this is what we keep on doing, and it's very interesting. We make sure that students do not get bored just because of with their lectures. One more thing, Gunjanji, I would like to share this thing for all our viewers and all the clients, whoever is watching. That Bsbi as a college, as I've said, we are a team of professionals. Everybody is very experienced. Everybody has gone through this same thing. Am I audible?
Very much audible.
Okay, because there was a message of interruption. So, BSBI do not believe just giving you the academic lectures. We don't give you just online or offline lectures, but we call it a blended learning. So we have online plus obviously on-campus classes also. We give you lots of assignments. We also, as I've said, we bring you to different companies just to give you a feel of how a corporate work, how a company work in Berlin, and how an organization operates in European standard or European style. So by the end of your course, by the time you complete your, whether it's a degree, 3-year degree, or let's say a post-graduation, you are kind of full-fledged experienced, whether you joined as let's say a fresher, but after completion of the course, you will not be anymore a fresher. You will gain so much experience. You will be very comfortably answering all the questions like, what this particular department do as an international, let's say a business manager, what is the duties and responsibility. So we keep on doing, yes.
So for example, let's say if any particular student decides to go overseas for education, for his or her education, main motto and main goal or the main idea which they have in their mind is that once they're done with their education, they would like to settle down in that particular country. So my question to you is, if any particular student aims to go to Germany, will it be easy for him or her to settle down there? Will it be easy for him or her to get a permanent residency? And in case if he or she wants to get the citizenship of that particular country, Germany, will it be easy for them?
Okay, very important questions. Gunjanji, before I come on this specific answering on question, let me give you some the facts. Germany, as a country, it's economically it's the most stable, strongest country in Europe. I hope you agree with that. This is the fourth strongest country in the world. Okay, and when it comes to basically the population size, Germany is basically, unfortunately, I would say it's a sad part of the country that Germany is struggling with the young population. Yes, just 2 days back, in the same conference which I just gave you the example where the CEO and everybody else was there. I was surprised to know that on an average, if you calculate a kid in every family, it's a 0.8%. Like not even one kid per family they have. So what I'm trying to say is Germany has the aging population. They are in a damn need of the young minds, professionals, young professionals basically, skilled professionals. As of today, the figure is Germany is looking, they need 1.5 million workforce, skilled workforce. So what it means? It means is whoever is going Germany, whoever want to join BSBI from today till next 5 years, I'm telling you, they have the best of the career opportunities. How? As I've said, you join BSBI. We have already tied up with some of the law firms who will be helping you out with your visa process, with your, let's say, your later on after completion of your education, how to extend your basically that residence permit. So now, once you complete your degree, with the BSBI, you will be getting 18 months of job seeker visa, or PSW, we call it, post-study work visa. 18 months. Okay, this is basically a normal standard or rule by the country. Secondly, after 18 months, or let's say during those 18 months, you will be fully allowed to work full time. And the moment you have the proper, basically, job offer from a company, your visa will be extended for 3, 4, or 5 years. Again, Germany recently, they have changed their policy. Initially, what used to happen is they used to give visa for 1 year or 2 years. But I came to know, because one of this girl, the Ankita, whose example I was giving, she got visa for 5 years. Can you believe? 5 years visa. And after 5 years, obviously, and for a PR, to be a PR, or let's say to apply for a PR, how much you need to stay? You just need to stay for 5 years in that country, in Germany, and you're happy kind of, man. Yes. I hope I answered that completely.
Yeah, you've answered all of our questions linked to PR and settling down in Germany. Some of our students are asking about the cost of living in Germany. They're talking about the living expense.
Okay. Before I come on this, I want to kind of, give you a little feel that how is Berlin, first of all. Like, before I tell you like how expensive or how basically affordable this city is, Germany is one of the basically, Berlin is the world-class city. It's a vibrant place. In basically, once you land in Berlin, you go on the airport. When you book a Uber car, taxi, you will be surprised and thrilled to know that a BMW is coming to pick you up, a Audi is coming to pick you up, or a Mercedes is coming to pick you up. So what I'm trying to say is, lifestyle in Berlin is awesome. You go, you name any company, you name any kind of multi-billion dollars enterprise, you will find in Berlin. So having said that, so what all these facts shows that it should be expensive city, because I'm telling you the BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Volkswagen, you see all these brands. So no, the answer is basically Germany. Berlin is very affordable city. On an average, a month expenses should not increase more than 600 to 750. This is average, obviously. Okay, so in 600 euros till 750 euros, you should be living comfortably in terms of paying your accommodation and traveling, and then obviously your meal. So 700 should be a decent figure. And then obviously it also depends on what you eat, how much you party, how much you travel. So this is the few things which one need to take care. But if you're not very spendthrift, you can manage in 650 to 700 euros a month.
Okay, that's pretty decent, sir. So my next question to you is, for example, as we are aware that students are allowed to work for around 20 hours in a week part-time during their studies in Germany. My question particularly is, uh, how are the study hours in the institution at the SPI? And are the students able to manage between their studies and part-time jobs?
Okay, Gunjanji, in order to answer that question, first of all, you are correct at your place that Germany as a country allows you to work 20 hours per week and 40 hours if you have any kind of vacations, which most of the time, you will have the vacation, so you can work full time. So again, the good point about BSBI is, as I've said to you, that we do not believe just giving the lectures. So we have only 2 days classes in a week. It can be any 2 days, but I think most of the time it will be Tuesday and Wednesday. So you have 2 days for your lectures. It will be full day in 9 to 10 hours at least. Okay, there will be some breaks in, let's say, 2-3 tea breaks, lunch, or then obviously in the high tea break also. But yes, remaining 5 days, you have enough time to prepare your assignment, to do your part-time job. And I'm telling you, 5 days, even if you're smart enough to finish your studies or your assignment in 2 days, remaining 4 days, do whatever you want. We hardly care about it. Make sure you're attending all your lectures, because you have just 2 days to attend. I don't think there should be any problem, because look at the basically structure in India. We have 6 days and sometimes even Sundays also, in some cases. So going Berlin, having 2 days 2 days class in a week, it's a good fun. It's a great time. You don't even realize that you are studying. It feels like you're on a trip.
Okay, so that's a good answer from your side. And if we talk about the duration of PSW, post-study work visa, which you said is a job seeker visa, how easy is it for students to get it extended later on once that particular duration expires?
See, after completion of the course, the good part is, if you are going for a BA with foundation course, the 1+3 year course, you will have 1 year of residence permit. Okay. And obviously after completion, no, sorry, I think I got in a different way. Basically, PSW is different, that 18 months. So how easy, your question was that how easy to get basically that PSW. So this is what I've said, that PSBA has a legal team. We have a visa compliance department. So this particular department will help each and every student in getting that 18 months. So this is basically for everybody. I don't think I have not seen, or I've never seen any student who has not get this, okay, who got kind of difficulties in terms of getting this particular 18 months. Because this is what I've said is basically government need people. They need young professionals. And I'm very proud to say that India is the youngest country in the world today. We have the highest number of young people. Average age group in India today is 25 to 28 years old, which is awesome. But unfortunately, we have lots of people unemployed in India. And there are lots of people who want to go overseas, who want to probably look and do something better in their life, want to have better lifestyle. And unfortunately, because of this COVID-19, India and obviously I think there are multiple countries who have suffered. There are lots of people who have lost their job. So I want to request and basically recommend all our viewers that think on this particular option. Approach Sunshine Fortune, and if you have any kind of question, if you want to know about your budgeting and obviously that how expenses and how you have to probably pay your fees and block account and all these things, Mr. Gunjan and his team is the right people. You can meet them. They will answer each and every question. So what I'm saying is basically, if you're thinking how to get this PSW or 18 months, it's easy. You don't have to worry. We are there basically. We have the professional team. Yes.
I have one last question for you, and one of the students has also asked for this particular question, which I have. What they're asking is it easy for an English-speaking person to get a job in Germany? In other words, we can put it in this way: whether the people who are not knowing German language are they able to seek a job? I already know the answer, but this is a question from one of our students. So I'm asking you this. Once you're done speaking, I'll also give an example on this. So, up to you.
Yeah, sure, sure. So thank you. So first of all, thank you so much for this question. Okay, friends. Now I want to give this very important information, or basically this is I want to clear your doubts. This is I have been traveling all parts of the country from the past 3-4 years. I've been meeting like hundreds and thousands of people every month. Every 2 months or 3 months. So this was the most frequent question, and I will add one more question after answering this. That Germany or Europe, basically this perception is towards the whole Europe, that in Europe that people don't speak English language. Okay. Similarly, in Germany also, what will happen if one doesn't know German language or the local language? Okay. So basically, we need to understand two things. Number one, we need to understand the location, like which part of the country you are going. If you're going in a local place, if you're going in a small, a city where there are lots of local people, like lots of Germans only, you will definitely struggle. You will face the problem because I understand and I know this is true that there are many people who doesn't speak English very well in Germany. But now, in case of BSBI, we are talking about a Berlin city. It's as I've said, it's a global city. It's no more just a German city. It's a global city. Why I'm saying global city? You will see people from US, you will see British, you will see Africans, Asians, all kinds of crowd you will see. So what I'm trying to say is, not everybody who goes and who lives in Berlin know the German language. Okay, so if you doesn't know German language, don't have to worry, and you can easily survive. You can easily do your part-time job during your studies. Now coming to basically what after studies. Again, I'm saying there as long as you're talking about, let's say, few cities in Germany like Berlin, and then obviously Frankfurt and Hamburg, you will not have any problem. Okay, because these are the places where you will see lots of English speaker. Yes, having said that, you can survive and you can easily accommodate in English language. I'm not recommending you just focus on English. Try to learn German language, because the better you speak German language, the better job you will get, the better salary, and the better kind of you will mix up easily with the people. It's very important. Knowing German language will play a very, very important role even getting or your promotion, getting a better job, getting a better salary. Okay. But having said that, you can still survive in English. Okay. So you don't have to worry. Another good part is, Gunjanji, I know you're aware of this thing. Bsbi is the only college in Berlin and Germany that gives free German language classes to all the students. Remember this. No other college is doing that. Okay. And if you go, if there are lots of colleges who has these programs, who are running these German language programs in their colleges. The fees they are charging from 6,000 euros to 11,000 euros just for B1 level of certification. In Bsbi, I can guarantee you, if you focus on our lectures on those German language lessons or classes, by the end of your course, you'll be able to give exam of C1 level. I can tell you. Yes, because all our faculties are locals, those German, the lectures basically. So we are helping you in every manner. That is why I told you that. For example, if somebody just passed out from the college, he or she joined Bsbi. After completion of the course, he or she will never be a kind of a fresher. He or she will have lots of information about like German language, about how a corporate work in Germany, and so on. So yeah, this was my answer.
My list of question is being answered, but there's one more question which we have got from Mr. Lalit. So his question is, with current COVID-19 problems, job sector will see a problem. In such scenario, how good is an Indian student to get a job?
Okay. First of all, because if we are talking about the existing situation in Berlin, okay, yes, there are not many people who will be kind of able to get the job, okay, because obviously they will give the job to basically the full-time workers first. Very natural, right? For example, you, Sunshine Fortune, being a Sunshine Fortune, if anybody from the outside approach you for the part-time job, obviously you will say that I have my full-time employee, full-time staff. I want to, obviously, if things get normal, the first preference will be for them who are already working there, because most of the people, even who are working full-time job, they're also sitting at homes. The first preference, once all these full-time workers get the job, and obviously then the second thing or second preference will be given to the part-time job seeker. But yes, after as I said, it will not be. I don't think it should extend more than a month or two. After 2 months, situation will be normal, and everybody, all the students, will be more than happy to go for a job.
Okay, so then life will be back to normal, so problem will be taken care of. And here I would like to add one particular example of one of my students who is currently in Germany. His name is Vipin. You are already aware about him. Most of our students, they chose to come back to India because of this coronavirus problem, because it was spreading like anything in Germany around 1.5 months back. So this particular student of ours, Mr. Vipin, he is currently also enrolled with Bsbi. He is about to get done with his final thesis. So he was undergoing an internship with an organization, and he chose to stay back. Now, as he chose to stay back, he did not come back to India. And the company where he was doing his internship absorbed him, and they offered him a full-time job. So he's settled over there now, and he's about to apply for his this residence permit extension. So he got a pre-placement offer, a proper pre-placement offer, which we call in India. He was doing his internship. This internship got converted into a placement offer, and he's very much satisfied over there. So what I asked him is, what is the current job situation over there in Germany? What he told me is most of the Indian students and international students have gone back to their respective countries because of this. Competition has gone down, so I easily got a job. So this is what he told me. So I agree. Currently, situation is not very conducive, but in future, in longer run, everything will be back to normal. This is what my understanding is. And sir, I would request you if you could give us a small presentation of 15 to 10 to 15 minutes about Bsbi, in case if you would have missed any particular information about Bsbi.
Yeah, sure,
this particular
sure.
presentation will help us in giving that information to our students.
Yes. So I'll be running, I have a presentation. I'll be running for, let's say, I think 10, 15 minutes. Then we'll come back and discuss few things if there's any other question. So you can keep on noting down these numbers. Hopefully my screen is visible now.
It's visible to me. Just give me 5 to 10 seconds. I'll confirm whether it's visible on the screen as well or not.
Can you see now?
I can see it, sir. So you can continue. The screen is very much visible.
Okay, so I think although I have already discussed all these points which I have highlighted in this presentation and in this agenda, so I'll be moving forward. The reason to study in Germany as well as in Berlin. Friends, I think Germany as a country, it doesn't need any introduction or any information. I know most of us are already aware of the facts and the economy and lots of the things. So I would quickly go through the reasons, and I would like to share some of the good points that you should choose Germany for your further education or higher education. Number one, Germany is a country which has lowest fees. So as I think I would like to highlight about the fee structure of BSBI. Our fees start from 4 lakh rupees, or let's say 6,000 euros per annum for the BA with foundation programs, and it goes up to 9 to 10 lakh rupees for the full program of the masters. So you can imagine that how affordable we are as a college. Secondly, living cost, I think we have already highlighted. It is around 6 to 700 euros a month, which includes your accommodation, which includes your traveling and meal as well. And obviously your other expenses like your internet and your stationary bills. Work rights, yes, you're allowed to work 20 hours per week, 40 hours if you're on vacation. And Berlin is, and Germany, first of all, Germany is one of the highest paid country in Europe. On an average, annual, your pay scale will be around 45,000 euros. 45,000 euros means 3,750 euro a month, which is I would say quite decent, package. So this is one of. Now, as far as Berlin is concerned, basically, and as far as part-time is concerned, you will be able to earn from 9 euros up to 25 euros per hour, which is a decent figure. Most of our students are earning around between 1,500 to 2,500 euros, depending on the experience and depending on the kind of work they are doing. Secondly, I think a few popular names which I have listed here: DHL Group, most of us are already aware, T-Mobile, Bosch, Siemens, BMW Group, Allianz, and then obviously Volkswagen, so many other companies. So Germany has everything. One thing which I want to share with my viewers is that this is one question in most of the people's mind, that Germany is famous, or Germany is only famous for the automobile. Yes, this is true that Germany is a country which has introduced these luxury brands to the world, like BMW, Mercedes, Volkswagen, and Audi, and Bentley, and all these. But yes, the truth is that Germany do not only manufacture all these, cars. Germany, 68% of the basic economy, 68% of the revenue comes from the service industry also. So they have great service industries. They have manufacturing units. They have a processing. They have obviously financial companies. So Germany as an economy, as a country, it's a very well sound. And obviously they have everything. They have all kinds of jobs. They have all kinds of industries. So it's no more true that Germany is only country for engineering student, or it is the country only for the people who want to do their studies in automobile or engineering field. No, you can happily come at Bsbi or obviously do your business degrees also. Moving forward, Berlin is known as startup capital of Europe. Startup capital, why it is called? Because whenever somebody or any company within the Europe wants to expand their companies, or they want to probably start something new, any new venture. So Berlin is the first preference for most of the people. Why? Because government policy, government is very supportive. They give you lots of support in terms of giving you the loans and financial support, and obviously things are very easy to arrange in Berlin. This is a multicultural city, which I think I've already highlighted, that you will see people from all over the world. It's not only that you will see Germans on the street, but you will see British, Americans, Africans, Asians, and Middle East, and everybody. So you will feel that that vibration, that you are in somewhere, a good place. Berlin is ranked. It comes in the top 10 cities in the world when it comes to the overseas education, because of the world-class infrastructure, because of the obviously the government policies, because of the low fee structure and the different choices, right? So this is another reason why you should come to Germany and BSBI. PR opportunities, I have already highlighted that after completion of your 5 to 6 year, you can easily apply for the PR also. Next slide is why study at BSBI. Viewers, this basically when we plan to study in overseas or any country, the second question is that which location, which city of the country we should go. So you should choose a city which is very well developed, which is basically where you can have easy jobs, where you can basically find a easy, basically a good transportation system, affordability, and all these things. Now, when it comes to BSBI, we are located in the heart of the Berlin city, which is the capital of Germany. Okay, so advantages are many, right? Getting a job will not be a problem, okay, because there are lots of companies which I have already named you. Then secondly, getting a part-time job. Okay, once you step outside the campus from BSBI, you'll be very happy to know that, after walking 5 to 10 minutes or 5 to 10 meters, you see lots of shopping centers, lots of malls, and obviously restaurants, clubs, coffee shops, all kinds of businesses all around the campus. So it's not basically difficult to find a part-time job also. Secondly, obviously, as I've said, we are a team of professionals, whether it's professors as well as obviously student support team. So whenever somebody comes to us, we give them all kinds of support, whether it's accommodation and all other things also. PSPI believe in small size classes because obviously we want to give you a personalized service. We want to make sure that every student feel attended. Okay, if anybody has a question, we have enough time to basically answer their questions. So we have a small size class, which helps us basically paying you enough attention. Timetable, as I think this point is already been highlighted, that we have only 2 days classes in a week, and remaining 5 days, you can do your assignments, you can do your projects, and you can also do your part-time job happily, not a problem. Make sure you submit your assignment on time, because if you fail to submit, you may have to kind of resubmit, and obviously we have to also pay some fees penalty. Free executive education course. This is basically a 5 days workshop, which will be, this certificate will be awarded by LSPF, which is London School of Business and Finance. And yes, this is free of cost. Point number 5, very important, free German language lessons. So BSBI is the one which gives free German language classes to all its students. So it also helps you in terms of getting a job, easy job, and basically understanding the German language also. As I've said previously, that we also have a student career service center or in a student career service department. This particular department or this particular team of people helps all our students in terms of preparing interviews, preparing their CV, and helping them in terms of presentation skills. So so that you don't find it difficult while you're going for a job hunting, basically. Online resources, as I've said, BSBI also run online classes, which we are doing currently. So you will have mix of basically the online plus in-campus lectures. After completion of your studies, whether it's a undergraduation or post-graduation, you'll be getting 18 months of post-study German visa. Now, moving forward to our academic partnership, BSBI is happy to basically help you in terms of giving you the one of the degree from International Telematic University, which is one of the very reputed and famous university based in Rome. And yes, most of our course or most of our certification will be coming from this particular university. So this one university is one of our academic partnership. Another partnership is Concordia University, Chicago. So this particular university will be awarding our student 2 degrees, which is MA in Innovation and Entrepreneurship and Masters in Business Administration or MBA. So these 2 are the academic partnership. These are some of our students. Okay, since we are on this particular point that the student, we have students from more than 20 plus nationalities. So you will see the true, a very global environment in our classrooms. So you will see people from Russia, you will see people from Middle East and so many other countries, and London, UK, and some of the locals as well. These are the basically the list of programs. The business program you will see most, and some of them are also in health management. Then we have maritime and shipping management and hospitality also. So for more, basically, in if you want a brief, if you want a details, if you want to have a particular information about an individual program, again, I would say the Mr. Gunjan and team of Sunshine Fortune is the right place. They will share the details of individual or every program with you if you need anything. If you look at, we also have a PhD course in Bsbi. Mr. Gunjan, in case you have any question in between, you can interrupt.
We have some questions again from students. So we have a student named Sumedha, and her question is: are there any age limits to applying to undergraduate and postgraduate programs in Germany?
Okay, yes, definitely there is. See, as far as undergraduation is concerned, basically 18 years, sorry, not 18, 17 years. 17 years is limit for BA with foundation program, which is 4-year program. And we need a parent consent form to get into this course. And 18 years for the to get into direct BA in economics and business administration course. Now, PG program, the minimum age is basically 21 years, and maximum there is not any age. I think, as I've said, maximum in the sense, as I just gave you example of 54 years old is a doctor who got the visa for Bsbi. So yes, I think, but on an average, 38 to 40 should be a normal thing. There should not be any problem if you are 38 or 40 years old.
And again, there's one more question by the same student, Sumedha. So she's asking, is studying in Germany really worth it as compared to other countries like US and UK?
Now a good comparison, but I think it's not good to compare any country with any other country, because every country has their own beauty and good and bad. Now I'm more than happy to basically give you the reason of Germany. Although I can also point out some of the good point of both the countries which she highlighted, but I can also kind of tell you the lots of disadvantages of those countries also. But now coming on the basically Germany, number one, obviously it is 100% worth studying in a country like Germany. Germany has taught the whole world like so many things. So the quality education, Germany has, if you look at even the ranking of the universities, German universities, you will see in the top 10, you will see at least few universities from Germany. So what I'm trying to say is the quality education, they will never ever compromise, because German do not only believe in giving the lectures, which I've already highlighted. There are lots of internship, lots of industrial tours, lots of activities online, and obviously lots of, we also arrange those, networking events, lots of fairs, lots of job fairs also. So it's a mix of, it's not basically giving you a lecture from a book. It's a basically, we want to make you a professional, okay? So quality education, obviously affordable fee. This is very important. Germany is the very, very, I would say, affordable, far, far better than basically both the countries, US and UK. Look at the how expensive those countries are. And Germany is the basically better in terms of getting a job, securing a job, better than both the countries, US and UK. Okay, can you believe, like, few years back, let's say 5-6 years back, when Mr. Trump came, how strict he has made the job policies of US. There were lots of people who were unemployed. There were lots of people who were basically thrown out of their companies. Why? Because they were struggling. They did not have enough job, and till today also, the policy is basically, first we want to basically fulfill the vacancies of our country with our local peoples. We want to give jobs to local first, and then obviously if we have anything left, then we will give it to outsiders. This is their policy. Same goes to UK also. If you go to UK, I'm not criticizing, but I'm telling you the facts. UK is already filled with lots of millions of immigrants in the sense students. Okay, so they will see. Now I know there are lots of people who are moving towards the UK. Obviously, if you are going for just complete your education and you want to come back, you are more than happy. And unless you are not brilliant enough, obviously you can move. But now coming to Germany, basically, Germany need people, Germany need young professionals, okay? And Germany is looking, Germany ask you to come to their country. They ask you to basically come here and basically we will give you the job and we will help you out. Definitely, they also have some terms like in the language and like obviously you have to adopt that society. But Germany is far, far better than both the countries, I would say. As a beauty also, as I would say, uh, affordability and getting a job, getting better salary, better lifestyle. Okay, Germans and the Europeans. Now this point, which I'm going to highlight about the lifestyle, this applies in the whole Europe. Europeans do not believe only kind of going for your 9 to 6 job and then basically doing nothing. German believe they know how to balance your personal plus your professional life. They do not just suck your blood on your job or on your duty. Okay. In fact, I myself, there's no particular working hours for most of the people. We are sitting at home. We know what is our responsibility, and it is in everywhere in the Europe. Okay. If you're working in an office, for example, if your working hours is 9 to 6, so 9 to 6 means 9 to 6. If you work after 6 o'clock, there will be two conditions. Either that employer will pay you double the salary which you get in normal days, or he or she herself or himself will come to you and tell you that Mr. So and so, thank you so much for your services. Let's get out now. Okay. So this is how, because they themselves believe in kind of having good life, having fun with their family and friends. So the working culture is very, good, and we being Asians, being Indians, we want to have that, because similar kind of fashion nowadays we are following in India also. We don't have any work limit. I myself see, as I've said, although I work 12, 13 hours, but I work by my wish. I don't have any pressure. I love to work. But if I want to work, let's say 9 to 6, after 6 o'clock, if I have to drop a message in my company that after 6 o'clock, please do not call and do not tell me to do any work, they will be more than happy to do that. Okay, no pressure. So this is because I'm working in a European or in a German company. This is why. Otherwise, if I would be somewhere in the, let's say, UK, US, I know things would be different. Or in fact, if I would be working in an Indian company also, I know Indian bosses and the UK bosses and the US bosses. Mr. Gunjan must be thinking something now. So, but anyway, what I'm saying is I'm not criticizing, but I'm telling you the difference between both the countries.
Okay, so in the meanwhile, while we were giving us the answer for the question, we've got 3 more questions. So
yes, please keep going.
The question is from one of our students, Mr. Anirudh. So he has asked, sir, what would be situation post this pandemic, COVID-19, regarding the jobs availability, job opportunities, accommodation options in Germany? You've already given us an answer on that. So I would request the student, Mr. Anirudh, you can watch this video again later because it will be saved in our Facebook page. So you will get the answer for that for sure, because this has already been covered. And one question is by Mr. Rakesh Sharma. He is asking how difficult is the German educational system. Many of the students have this question. Once we go there, whether we'll be able to finish our education or not, whether we'll be able to pass our examination or not. So if you can let us know about the success ratio of the students who are finishing the course and how the level of education is, it will be very much helpful for the students.
Okay, Anirudh, right? Anirudh was the guy who asked this question.
This question is by Mr. Rakesh Sharma.
Rakesh, Mr. Rakesh, thank you so much for asking this question. Let me tell you, basically, let me give you a little bit of, what kind of institution are there in Germany. Basically, they have 3 kinds of institution. One is obviously the public university, then obviously state recognized university, and then obviously the private institutions. So all these 3 universities, basically 3 institutions have almost similar kind of education pattern. Just there will be very slight difference in terms of some of the university will ask you to basically have a certain number of academic years. For example, if you go to a public university, they will ask you for a 10 plus 3 year of education for your undergraduation, and if you want to apply for the post graduation, they will ask you for the 10 plus 4 year of 12 plus 4 year of degree. Similarly, if you go to a state recognized university or let's say institution like Bsbi, it's first of all, you don't have to worry like how difficult it is. It's a very much uh, it's not that difficult. You can I think most of the students, I myself have placed more than 600 students so far in Bsbi. None of them has complained ever that they are not able to finish their assignment. Although our faculties and professors will try to keep on hammering you for to improve your assignment quality. Make sure you do not submit your assignment with lots of plagiarism. Okay, because there are proper checkups and there will be lots of assignments. This is true. Okay, you sometimes you may feel little exhausted because you're overburdened with the assignments, but this is for your better mind, for your better understanding. Why? Because as I've said, in India, what happens is basically we go to a college, we sit in a class, a professor comes, he or she gives a lecture, and then obviously we go. Obviously, there are little here and there discussions also, but not so aggressive one. In Germany, the pattern is altogether opposite. What they do is in those 2 days classes, you can come, you can ask your question, whatever doubts you have. The professor will give you the lectures, and then the professor or the teacher will give you basically a kind of a homework or assignment or project of particular, let's say 2,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 words of assignment, which you have to study by yourself, which you have to research by yourself. Make sure everything is designed, everything is basically produced by your own mind, and then you put into that assignment, so that because the more pressure you put on your brain, it will be beneficial for you. So this is basically how education structure of Bsbi. And yes, it's basically you have a choices of both the institution. English, if you want to study in English, you have a like college like Bsbi, and then because we have a medium of instructions are English, so not a problem, not much difference, because most of the students are already very much familiar with the English. So I don't see any kind of difficulties in German education. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thanks for answering the question. So we are done with almost all the questions.
Okay.
What I think is we have tackled almost everything about the COVID-19 situation, and we've also gone in details about the different types of programs and other information related to the SBI. So this will be the right time to wrap up our event. Uh, and before we do this, I would like to thank each one of our viewers who are here. And I would also like to thank you, Mr. Jitendra, that you have given us your valuable time, and you have answered all the questions of our viewers and students so religiously and by going so much in detail. And I would request our students, in case if they would be interested in applying for BSBI, and because right now the applications are open for I think September intake and September October
October
intake.
intake.
Yeah, October intake is open right now. So, sir, sorry for stopping in between. I would request you again to tell us about the upcoming intake and applications for the upcoming intake, so that after that we can conclude this.
Okay, so viewers, we have basically 3 intakes in a year: February, May, and October. Right now, if some of you are ready, Mr. Gunjan, this is basically question for you. I mean, answer for you also. If we have any kind of profile or applicants who are ready with their academics, their SOP, LOR, and all other documents, you have a very good chance to get into July intake also. Or we can basically we have an intake. The May intake was extended up to 10th of July. So if some of you are ready with your documents, feel free. You are more than welcome to apply at July, in this July intake. You don't have to worry about the visa, because we don't need visa to get register you in this June intake. You just need basically the letter of acceptance, and later on when embassy opens, you can start your visa process also. So that's for July intake. But yes, if you are basically looking forward to another intake, so then we have next intake October, and do send your applications us, and we are basically one of the we have a huge team in admission, so your offer letter will come in quick time, let's say 2 to 3 working days, and yeah, so the deadline will be somewhere in the September for the October intake.
Okay. So, in case if any of our viewers join this particular event of ours a bit late, I would like to let you know that we also have a YouTube channel by the name of Sunshine Fortunes Education. And if you would like to watch this particular event, we'll be uploading the recording of this event, and you can get in touch through us, get in touch with us through our YouTube channel as well. And if you would like to contact us, I'm giving my number over here. It's 991-511-0294. In case if you cannot remember my number, you can send me a message on our Facebook page. We'll make sure that we revert back to you and will help you out in making your application. So thanks a lot, and we are concluding for today. And stay tuned. In case if you have not liked our Facebook page yet, I request you to like our Facebook page because we'll be coming up with more events like this. And I also request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Gunjan. It was good talking to every viewers. So thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks a lot, sir. And we are off the Facebook now. And I'll be disconnecting now, sir. And I would like to thank you before that. Thanks a lot for your time, sir. And it was a very, very fruitful event which we had today. And I would like to thank the full team of BSBI. And it's a wonderful job which your team is doing. And we wish that BSBI will keep on growing the way it is doing right now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Gunjanji. Have a good time.
You too.